California Congressman Jeff Denham. He is on the subcommittee on railroads. Congressman, good morning.
Charlie, good morning.
In the wake of this derailment and the tragedy there, what questions are you asking?
I think the biggest question that the American public wants to know is how could this happen? So certainly we are seeing investigative teams going out, including having the Federal Rail Administrator, Sarah Feinberg, going out to look at this. We want answers. And we're looking at, we've been looking at safety throughout the last several years on how do you improve safety. In this case, we certainly want to know how this happens so that we can make sure it doesn't happen again.
You have introduced a bill on passenger rail reform. Where does that stand, and how does it address safety?
Well, the Passenger Rail Reauthorization Act is actually the Amtrak bill. Deals with other parts of rail as well, but it's primarily Amtrak. It's in the Senate now. The President has already sent a letter of support, so we expect the Senate should move that soon and actually hope to see that signed into law very soon. But ultimately, that would allow the Northeast Corridor, this heavily traveled area that we've seen this horrific accident in, would actually have the profits to be able to improve their infrastructure. We want to make sure that that cash is available.
Do we have a significant rail infrastructure problem in this country?
I think certainly countrywide we have seen all of our infrastructure that we've been slow to invest in. But I think freight rail, which is where most of our passenger rail is, continues to upgrade and add new capacity, add new money to those improvements. We're trying to make sure where Amtrak has dedicated rail that we're doing the same thing.
Do we have the funding necessary?
We do. We do. You know, this is a bill that we've worked with Amtrak on to fit their needs, but certainly the biggest, highest traveled corridor, this Northeast Corridor, which has huge ridership numbers, we want to make sure that what the passengers are paying into this actually stays on the Northeast Corridor, improves that infrastructure, and improves safety at the same time.
Congressman Jeff Denham, thank you for joining us.
Charlie, thanks for having me.
Our coverage of this story continues.